have a chicken here that I'm going to roast with Cajun seasoning, and this is, I'm not sure how many pounds this is. It doesn't say how many pounds it is, but it's just a nice big chicken here. And I'm going to rinse it off. This one looks like it's been cleaned very well. It doesn't have, oh, there's a few feathers on there. Not much. I usually like to pluck out the feathers. Now I'm going to move it over to the roasting pan, and I'm going to save the giblets for later because I'm not going to use them right now. I'll just throw these in the freezer. Now I'm going to take some paper towel and pat dry the chicken. Now I'm going to take about 3 tablespoons of butter and rub that all over the chicken. I'm going to try and stuff some of that butter in the breast, under the skin there. This would be really perfect to stuff some herbs under the skin, so I might do that. Okay, so now I have all this chopped garlic, and I'm going to sprinkle some on top here, and then I'm going to stuff some underneath and inside the skin. Just kind of rub it around. And now I'm going to take this Cajun seasoning here and sprinkle it all over the chicken. I'm going to take some paprika, sprinkle that all over the chicken, and then I'm going to take some thyme, sprinkle that all over the chicken, and now I'm going to take some black pepper, sprinkle that all over the chicken. Want this to be nice and spicy, and rub that all in. Okay, now we're going to flip that over. Sprinkle with Cajun seasoning, paprika, black pepper. Now I can't really handle too much spice anymore. I do it every once in a while, but I can't really handle it too much more. So I try to get most of my spice from like black pepper and more mild peppers. But you're more than welcome to use like as hot of a chili powder as you like. Now I'm going to drizzle that with a little bit of olive oil. Now I'm going to set that aside while the oven's preheating and get started on some collard greens. So I have a big bowl full of fresh picked greens from the garden, and I need to wash these up and cut them up. Okay, the chicken's ready to go in the oven now, and I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes. Now that I've got it about halfway full of collard greens, I'm going to take a ham hock and put it in there, and I'm going to take the juice of 1 lemon and squeeze it in there, and then I'm going to take a spicy chili, throw it in there, and then I have all this coarsely chopped garlic. This is 4 cloves, and I'm going to add that to there. And now I'm going to add the rest of these collard greens. Okay, now that I have this huge pot full of greens, which they will cook down some, I'm going to add about up to here with water. And now I'm going to turn this on medium and just let it get to a simmer, and then I'm going to reduce the heat. So it's time to baste the chicken. So I'm going to turn off the timer, and I'm going to get a stick of butter, and I'm going to microwave that butter for 50 seconds. And then I'm going to pull out the chicken and baste the chicken. I only have a brush at the moment to baste it with. So I'm going to baste it with a brush. And I think I want to put a little more Cajun seasoning on that chicken. And a little more paprika on that chicken. I want it to have a nice spicy color. And I'm going to pop it back in the oven and set the timer again for another 30 minutes. Now I'm going to get started on boiling some corn. I have this bag of frozen corn here. I would use fresh corn, but it's kind of out of season, so I'm going to use frozen corn. I'm going to pour in a lot of Cajun seasoning. Oh, and it's time to baste the chicken, so I gotta do that real quick. So I'm gonna baste this chicken real quick. And that's looking really yummy. It looks like the chicken kind of fell apart some, but that's okay. Set the timer for another 30 minutes. Now back to seasoning this corn. I'm going to pour in some paprika and just a little bit of cayenne. I'm going to pour in some black pepper and some thyme. And I'm going to take one of these spicy Thai chilies and throw it in there. And then I have probably about 2 tablespoons of coarsely chopped garlic. Now I'm going to fill this up with some water. And I'm going to turn this on medium-high. Let's get this a nice stir. Get all those seasonings mixed in there. Okay, I'm going to give this collard greens a taste. It's been cooking for a while now. Not quite tender enough yet, but I need to figure out how much more seasoning I want to add. So first I'm going to add some Cajun seasoning. Just going to pour in some. See how I like that. That's good. Now, one thing that I forgot to add that I wanted to add was black pepper. So I'm going to pour in about a teaspoon of black pepper. Now that I can't have red pepper as much, I prefer to spice things up with a lot of black pepper. I just go overboard with the black pepper. Now let's give that a taste. Very good. Okay. Now I'm going to let that simmer for a little while longer. The chicken looks like it's done, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the ham hock from the greens and pull off the meat from the bones. Might have to cut into this a little bit because I don't think it's quite tender yet. That's not good. This isn't quite falling apart yet. So I think I'm gonna have to serve up the greens before they are quite done, because the ham hock needs some more time. But I think the greens are almost done. It's just the ham hock needs a little more time in there. And there's my Cajun chicken with Cajun boiled corn and collard greens.